So I just had a real fun time. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's back to the channel again. This is Thomas. I am Lucky, bringing you more Patriots franchise. The beginning of Season 2. We had an interesting draft. We got a storyline to start off. I'm just going to see what this has to say. I'm probably going to get yelled at for not getting better than an 85 overall player, but I'm okay with what we ended up going through. Good morning. Coach, you told reporters before the offseason that you'd upgrade our defense. We did! We got depth! Do I feel like did that? Yes. I feel like we did. Which position group? Defensive line. Alright. Ryan Clark said on his podcast that you didn't do enough to upgrade the position group. I have to deal with a negative roster morale again. That's so stupid. So I guess I really don't got much. I'm just gonna jump into training camp. Target passing, we're doing with Drake May. The other one, I'm not even gonna do, if I'm being completely honest. But in terms of ambitions for this season, I think priority number one, obviously getting back to the big game. Ideally, not facing CM Freeze in it. But we have an interesting set of... I think our offense has the potential to be significantly better than it was last year. And obviously having a superstar dev... Fuck me. Obviously, having a superstar dev, wide receiver, and quarterback and running back will aid in that. I'm excited to see what we can do. I think we have a very high ceiling. I think 11 and or whatever we were, 13 and 4. Obviously, we punched a little bit above our weight, but I think we have a good opportunity to be way better than we were last year. I suck at this target passing one. I genuinely don't like it, but double bullseye. Would have loved to have a multiplier behind that, but oh well. 2 back-to-back long videos as well is definitely something I wasn't 100% expecting. But with this clean slate, I do want to mention we do have, in a sense, another wide receiver battle in my mind. And it's mainly for whoever wants the wide receiver 3 spot. Because I think we saw enough in Season 1 that Javon Baker is our number 1 wide receiver. Developing him isn't going to be a priority because a lot of it is just simply going to happen naturally through the games. Tyquan Thornton is a guy that I think I might consider bringing into weekly training. I don't think it'd be my worst idea in the world. I really need a double bullseye. Oh man, I called my shot right there. Tyquan Thornton could see himself in weekly training. Same with Jalen Polk or Demario Douglas. I'm completely open to any of them. In terms of my running back situation, Keaton Mitchell will ride out his contract and become a free agent. Antonio Gibson's going to be the guy that gets the ball primarily, but I'm not too worried about developing him. That's kind of the reason why I drafted this running back. My dream for this running back is that he doesn't play until he's 24. Or he doesn't see the majority of snaps until 24. I think we're going to ride on the coattails of Antonio Gibson, but Antonio Gibson was able to do what he did at his current overall, or his current skill range. And I'm being realistic. We know that this league, like the way that this league works, is me and Cameron do a best of 7. So first person to win 4 Super Bowls. We have only ever seen a 4-0 happen once, and it was him that got it. So I really could see this league going more than 4 seasons, which gives me the harsh reality of some of these guys that I definitely have an open window until, like, I can definitely win with the group that I have now in 4 years, but I'm not going to have this group in year 6. So preparing for the future is something that I need to keep in mind. So this running back is kind of the beginning of that mindset. That's really all I have to say about this running back. I'll see you at the wide receivers. Now, with wide receivers, we have a different scenario. In the complete opposite sense of Antonio Gibson, Javon Baker is a guy that we have a lot of interest in developing. That's a pretty clear-cut scenario. He definitely emerged as the number 1 wide receiver. I definitely knew that was going to be the case before the league even started. But I don't know. I like to have a little bit of real storyline in these franchises where it's like, you know what? The guy I want, you know what? He's not going to start instantly just because, you know, that's not how it works. Maybe it does, and I would point to poor coaching if that level of favoritism is going over true skill. But yeah, earning the job, I guess. I don't know. In wide receivers are just so easy to develop that it's like I'm not too worried about developing some of these guys. In terms of who's next, I'm gonna give it to Tyquan Thornton just because the opportunity for dev trait's massive, and being 25 without a dev trait kind of sucks. He's gonna be my wide receiver too. Jalen Polk and Demario Douglas. I'm okay with giving both the opportunity. Demario Douglas might have had a kick return last year, but I know Jalen Polk had a pretty solid end of the season for somebody who's in the wide receiver 4 through 6 spot. So I cannot complain at all with what I saw at the end of the season. So we'll have to see what I end up deciding to do. Obviously, I think the preseason, that's going to be a pretty good matchup to watch. Like, I mean, I probably won't let Javon Baker play it, or I'm going to attempt to not let Javon Baker play at all in the preseason. Like, I think Tyquan Thornton isn't good enough to really get that honor. But I'm intending on making sure that Tyquan Thornton and not Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Polk and Demario Douglas are on the field at all times. No dev trait kind of sucks. Pocket protector. This was one thing I think I did a very good job of doing. I got our offensive line. We got it. We made it better. Just simple as that. This is going to be a big boost of XP. I think giving it to Braxton Jones is probably the smartest idea. I could make a case for Mike Onwenu, but this drill initially was kind of difficult. Like when Madden first came out, like trying to learn it, but you don't. Oh, shit. I found out you don't have to go for stamina. You really just need a 3 multiplier, then just block every single ball. Like once you do that, you're fine. Because as the time goes on, the balls are more valuable. And yeah, I think going for the multipliers is honestly, like, once you finish, or once you get the 3 times multiplier, there's no point. Because you can see I'm getting over 1,000 per ball. It's like 2 more balls, I'm done. Block this one, walk into the circle, call it a day. Probably one of the fastest drills you can do for, what's it called? No dev trait would be massive if we got it. Long haul. Chase and tackle. We need to get... I would love to give this to Josh Uche. He's definitely going to get one of the spots for weekly training, but Alright, I love that this guy's getting cooked by fucking Cole Strange. But these guys are going to need to develop. There's not really going to be much questioning whether they should or should not. Unless if I'm going to be stuck in the purgatory of guys not becoming successful, which is entirely possible, I need these guys to become successful. And this is a guy that has the opportunity to not play for a while. So it's like, by the time that we finally see this guy in the field, he should be pretty electric. Which, in my view, is a little exciting. His pass rusher moves aren't much to be desired, but we get gold. Now, the opposite of our rush... Oh. I kind of wish I would have used my defensive tackle now. In terms of this... Oh, Marty Mapu. I completely forgot about him. Yep, we're going to do this. I completely forgot we have a new running back, or a new outside linebacker. Shout out to the guy that made that comment at the beginning of Season 1. I kind of wish I hadn't recorded so much that maybe I could have implemented that mid-season, but we are definitely interested to see what we can do with Mapu. He's very fast for a linebacker, so him and Jelani Tavai could be a decent combo. I don't know what I want to do about Jawan Bentley, if I'm being completely honest. It's something that, fortunately for me, I've had the luxury that I don't really need to worry about it. Bentley might move to being the linebacker that comes on the field on, like, in a true 4-3 setting, not a 4-2 with the slot. Or, well, I guess it's still 4-3, but whenever the slot's off the field, we have a linebacker, essentially. Yeah, I'm hoping that he's a good linebacker to send for blitzing. That is something that I was not a massive fan of in Season 1, that I could not blitz to save my life. If I blitzed, I was letting up yards, which isn't awesome when I'm getting blitzed and it has a serious effect on what I'm doing. I'm hoping the forced fumbles stay a thing. That would be pretty sweet in my book. But we've just absolutely torn it up in this drill. This drill used to be one of the hardest. I'm okay with it. We whiff, but it's okay. This is a very quick set of weekly training. Or, what's it called? Obviously, I didn't do the other quarterback one. I don't see a scenario where Joe Milton comes into play. I am still interested in a potential backup quarterback. Fumble, 133,000. Imagine Mapu goes up to superstar right here. Beautiful if it does. Fuck. DB battle. These ones suck. But who do we want to do them with? Marcus Jones. I'm going to be real. I'm doing this with Christian Gonzalez and Caleb Farley. We'll do this one with Farley. Bringing in Farley was a decision that might not have been the best in terms of real life immersion. I mean, obviously there are parts of the game where it's like, you know, I just want to play it like Madden. Like, I want to get the guy I want. As simple as that. And Farley is a guy that I have had in a lot of Madden leagues that I've loved Caleb Farley. Like, I don't usually go after the same guy over and over again. But when my success rate with Farley has just been so large, it's hard for me to not want to grab him when he's been so not good in real life that his value in Madden isn't there, and he's still somehow given star dev, which I think is crazy. I think like Albert Okwuegbunam when he was coming out. Like, he's a tight end I love to grab in free agency just because he's so cheap. And he's a good backup for the scheme that I like to run. Christian Gonzalez. Would love to see you get superstar. Yeah. I'm expecting great things out of this team. Like, I think the inevitable loss. Like, I don't think we'll have a perfect season. Like, as much as I'd love to, I just don't think that's a realistic dream to go for. But I think we have the makings of a pretty solid team. Because the other thing that I can look at it, I may be disappointed in my draft, but I won the fucking Super Bowl. Like, that is the reality I'm facing. Like, good or bad, I did win the game that matters most. And basically every single starter, the only thing that's different is my starting fullback. And we lost KJ Osborne. But if we're being honest, KJ Osborne isn't a massive needle mover. In terms of my kickers, I'm not doing this shit. I'm gonna be real. Weekly strategy. Super fun time. Not gonna worry about any of this. This is gonna be the same deal as last season. Alright, in terms of who's going to develop, these two non-negotiable. They are going to be there. In terms of who's next, Drake May, 85 superstar. I think his results will come pretty naturally. I think Josh Uche is a guy that needs to continue to be in here. And then going to the linebackers, Marte Mapu is a guy that needs to be in this. Jelani Tavai can survive without being in there. I think Farley being so young makes him need a spot in here. But I also want to find a spot for an offensive lineman. I think I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to oversubscribe to the development of Braxton Jones. Or Cole Strange. He's a year older than Braxton Jones. It's 3 overall less. I'm just going to keep building around Braxton Jones. I think Cole Strange will eventually evolve into a depth piece or kind of play wherever my other players aren't as good. So, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and take care of these focus players. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Braxton Jones just got superstar dev. Oh, let's fucking go! Oh my god. If that would have been Cole Strange there, I would have been so upset. Oh, I would have loved that depth trade to be either of these. But the fact that it's my cornerstone of the offensive line, Braxton Jones, let's go. Oh my god, that just, I don't even care about the injuries. Everybody can be hurt for as far as I care. Oh, that just made me so happy. Drake May, 2 development points, even though everybody's going to have minus morale right now. Oh, just adding to this, what I feel like could be an amazing season. Oh, Javon Baker, still not a scheme fit, which I think is kind of crazy, but a plus speed upgrade wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for him. But, I mean, he's getting up there in overall. Cannot complain. Caleb Farley also getting up there in overall. Absolutely love that. Oh, an ability slot. We got recuperation, unfakeable. Less likely to be fooled by wide receiver runoffs. We're going for that. Marte Mapu. A new guy in the linebacker room. Might be a little light to play linebacker. 216. Yeah, he might be a little light for linebacker. But 88 speed and the hit power. We just got to work on the tackling. I have no question. I have no problems if he gets that tackling up. Christian Gonzalez up to an 87 overall. Just an absolute freak. I love it. Braxton Jones, our new superstar offensive lineman. Oh, man, I already love saying that. So what abilities do offensive linemen have? Blockers will have an increase in blocker resistance points. And what does he currently have? Natural talent blockers with his ability to start every new blocking with built-in resistance. So I think we should do this and Tough Nut. Yeah, no, those work for me. God, that makes me so happy. And then defensive end. Gonna be fun developing him. I imagine he might be quite the high overall by the time that he finally gets playing time. And maybe I'll alter the depth chart a little bit so that he gets playing time. Like he'll be a guy that comes in every once in a while. I'm really open to whatever. This running back, your potential is so high. I hope you realize this. So I wanted to look at my roster real quick just to make sure that I have all the depth I need. We'll go ahead and move this guy to right end. I mean, I'm not really expecting too much out of him to begin with, but I need depth over there. I guess that's good enough. Got a ton of defensive tackles. Linebacker, got no backups for Juwan Bentley. We'll go ahead and make Taki Taki a backup middle linebacker. But I do plan to play a bunch of different guys. Oh, well, Cameron's online. I'm pressing right trigger to open up EA Connect. It's just not working. Alright, cool. Alright. I need backup safeties. Alright, we're going to bring in some backups. But Chuba Hubbard. There is something I actually want to do before I get into the game. I'm not going to bring you guys in for this. We're just going to sign some random guys. Terrell Burgess, welcome to the hopeful back-to-back Super Bowl winning idiots, whatever team they are. Do I do Ashton Davis or Ryan Neal? Normal dev? Ashton Davis probably also has normal dev. Which one's faster? Ashton Davis. Alright, welcome to the team. Alright, I'm going to look through some things real quick, and then I will hop into the preseason game. Alright, I'm going to share a pro tip with you in your leagues. I wasn't able to find one, but if there's ever a position, like if you're ever curious, typically, I'm not going to say this is indicative every single time, but like, there have been times in my leagues where one of my old buddies used to point this out to me. You can sometimes check the rookies that made it into free agency and see if any of them have a dev trait. I've never seen anything above superstar, but there are guys who fall through the cracks. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it might be worth looking for. Just saying, I looked only for defensive tackles and defensive ends, but it might be worth looking for. I'll see you in the play the moments. All right, we're getting a moment immediately on defense. We are also, this is an opportunity with the depth chart that isn't necessarily set. I'm not too worried about how this really goes for us. I'm just honestly excited to be playing Madden again. On defense, the idea of in terms of depth, I've always been a believer that defense is a little bit different than offense in terms of how it can be coached. I plan to employ a defense that plays a lot of players. Obviously, Caleb Farley picking off Caleb Williams there is pretty nice. Pretty good way for that moment to go. Back on defense again, though. I plan to probably... shouldn't be uncommon to see many defensive players play. As you can see, I'm stuck to my word. Javon Baker will not be playing at all in the preseason. Same with Antonio Gibson. Neither of them will play. As we get into the second quarter, we're going to see a little bit more defense. Don't really have a whole lot of expectation for this, as Marcus Jones, I think, is now playing out wide. I don't know. I'm okay with it. Like I said, defense, everybody's going to find a way to get playing time. Even our new rookie defensive end, tackle, whatever, they're going to get playing time. They also have a ton of offensive linemen, or at least I'm pretty sure I saw an offensive lineman go out for a pass. So... DJ Moore still being in is a little annoying, but Marcus Mariota, the backup, a little understandable. We got a lot of our starting defense in. Going to try blitzing Sione Taki. Not able to get there. Touchdown. Whoever that is. So I have an opportunity for a 2-minute drill, and I'm curious to see who my wide receivers are. Alright, this play isn't going to be a true indicator. Okay, so I'm just going to dump it off to our rookie running back. But went ahead and put our wide receivers out there. We got Tyquan Thornton as number 1. Obviously, my slot isn't Demario Douglas. That'll be fixed next play. We got Brevin Jordan out there. I got high throw power, and Jalen Polk drops it. Can't really say that's a lot of his fault, but I'm going to be keeping in mind the performance of some of these guys. Because we got Brevin Jordan right there, drops it, and that's not a great look. Alright, one thing you guys are going to need to let me know. I got an Elgato capture card. Let me know if you guys hear popping. Because I feel like I do. A bad interception, hit as I throw. I feel like I hear popping. And if I do, I'm going to switch back to my old one and use this one for my switch. I don't know. I feel like I hear popping a lot, and I'm not a big fan. And I don't really know if the quality is going to be different either, because I'm recording at the same settings. I mainly just wanted another one. Well, there's a lot of moments for us to be playing, and we're playing a lot more than I think we did in any of the preseason games last season. Looking at Marcus Mariota trying to prove he should have a job. That could have been a massive play for whoever that is. Would have loved to see that be a pick. Fortunately, it isn't, but we're able to hold him to 3 again. Sione Takitaki cleans that up. I'm not in love with seeing Jelani Tavai on the field. A bigger piece of our defense last season, but DJ Moore gets a touchdown. We get our next opportunity. Full offense on the field. Wouldn't mind trying to see if I can get this to Demario Douglas. Gets the catch. Want to know what the flag is. Holding offensive line. Walker Little, free agent. He could see playing time this year. Don't love to see a flag in the preseason. I also don't like that I keep running the same play. Gonna opt for something else. Gonna get that out to Brevin Jordan. He actually holds on to it. Getting out of recent plays, finally. Finally, out of recent plays, we're going to find Demario Douglas. And Demario Douglas might have 6 down at the 2. They're giving us a look that's built to protect against passing. I'm going to run this right up the middle. My power back's not able to get it done. We're going to the 4th. Pounding it again. Our rookie running back gets his first NFL touchdown, or gets his first preseason touchdown. Get another drive on offense. We get an opportunity to really see what we can do. I mean, I do have Tyquan Thornton on the field, but based off his performance last year, he's going to get playing time. It's not like it's not like the battle's really between him and the other two. The battle's mainly between Demario Douglas and Jalen Polk. We're going to see if that's why he's not getting playing time to start out. I can't be too mad. He's going to make the roster. I put Sione Takitaki right where that needed to be. I unfortunately switched off, but we still get the pick. Or was that Jelani Tavai? I really don't know. Well, we got a bit of a drive to make, and I am still interested in seeing Jalen Polk as we're not able to get it to him. They're giving us just such a good coverage. Wow. This running back really is not suited to... They weren't kidding when... What is going on? What is their stadium ability? Cool, I can't see it. Fantastic. That's a pick. That's a tough one to swallow. It almost feels a little unfair to have a lot of starters out on defense, but it is what it is. We're getting an opportunity to go win the game. I got one timeout left. Love to get A little bit of air under Mr. Joe Milton's arm. We're going to call our timeout. That was a big play by Demario Douglas. Based off game one alone, yeah, Demario Douglas has been the impressive piece as he gets the walk-off touchdown. I mean, maybe I play Jalen Polk in the slot next week. We're going to have to see, but if I'm being honest, the guy I want to be in the slot, oh my God, is Jalen Polk. The guy I want to be like the other wide receiver in the core is Polk. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to giving him opportunities. We're going to run out of time. Demario Douglas was impressive. I'm not going to take that away from him. Looking at the stats, Joe Milton, obviously not great. Drake May barely played. This rookie running back didn't look fantastic. Demario Douglas looked impressive. I can't lie. I can't say I'm not unimpressed. Caleb Farley, Sione Takitaki with picks. I'm excited to see what we got. Got some storylines going into week 2 of the preseason. Oh, good morning. Time to kick off the offseason. Or preseason. We're in the middle of the camp. I got some roster questions for you. Great. Let's go. About linebacker Devondre Campbell. What do you have him working on in training camp? I don't want him to get a boost. I guess play recognition. Fans will be excited to hear that. Fuck. That's not who I wanted. That's probably one of the linebackers that's going to get some of the least playing time. Practice field training camp. Who do we get to talk to? Coach, my agent's been telling me that my personality can be a problem sometimes. We're going to say we want him to be more of a leader. I don't feel like you've built up enough trust with me to take your advice. Well, fuck you, Jalen Polk. Alright, weekly training, same old shebang. Gonna go ahead and knock these guys out and then call it a day. Don't care about the injuries. No dev traits, sadly, but who do we have to upgrade? I imagine Braxton Jones. He was really close. Getting close to being a scheme fit, too, which will be very nice as he goes up to an 82 overall. And Cameron Dicker. We're going to make him more accurate. Goated. Alright, well, I beat Cameron in there. So, we determined that neither of us really wanted to play each other. So, that wasn't exactly shocking. But I just think it's funny that he lost. That's hilarious. Alright, you know, doing all 6 of these back to back to back is getting kind of old, gonna be real. But we did set a new rule. I guess I can talk through these. We did set a new rule. Because if you couldn't tell, we've recorded almost all of season 1 within 2 days. Like, I think within two or 3 days, like, all of season 1 was done. Because we were just itching to play Madden. So it's like, alright. We have now made a rule that we are only going to record 3 videos at a time. Now, if we record 3 videos at a time and we're still ahead, I mean, sorry. Like, if you want live comments, For the way that we're doing it right now, at least for my channel, I have videos. Today's September 13th. That's all I'll put it. I have videos set up for the rest of the month already. So, in terms of live, like, not 100% going to happen. Maybe in a future series, but with the way that we've been handling this, is since we're doing it together, we're trying to keep the same upload schedule, so that works. If it was my way, I'd potentially say that we add another day. It kind of depends. I think for Season 2, that's probably realistic. I don't know, but that might not have even been the initial talking point I had. I don't know. I'm gonna knock out these last 4. So there is a little unfortunate reality facing this team. My second preseason game obviously didn't happen. I talked to Cameron, we're like, I don't want to play this game if I'm being completely honest. And I love that Javon Baker's just playing anyway. At least Antonio Gibson's not on the field, but we had the conversation where, like, yeah, I just don't want to play again just yet. So, not going to see us play. Not yet. Haven't looked at our schedule, which I probably should. I don't know. But the reason why it's unfortunate is because seeing somebody like... right now I only have one game to go off of to determine who is going to be my number 1 wide, or who is going to be the player between Jalen Polk and Demario Douglas. So far, I'm really leaning towards Demario Douglas. Unfortunately, he's seen more reps. He's seen better reps. I mean, it's not like Jalen Polk's not going to see the field at all, but I'm in the reality where it's like, all right, well, he just simply might not play, or like he just might not get that starting nod. I will say, I won't be a massive fan if we go out into the season with a slow start. I am trying to give Jalen Polk the ball as he's able to get a nice little catch there. I'm definitely forcing it. Like, there's no... I'm not doing a great job at hiding that. I also love this combination for a 3 tight end set. Is Tommy Tremble not able to come down with it in the end zone? I would have really... I wouldn't have minded hitting that. We got this right here. Nice bread and butter. And honestly, you know, one thing I might do, I might try both of them out. We're going to get this Hunter Henry for our own touchdown. But honestly, who's to say I can't rotate them around? Javon Baker's spot is secured. Tyquan Thornton will be playing in the slot. Like, I love that Hunter Henry was interfered with there. Yeah, so who's to say who's that the position battle's just over as Jalen Polk has an opportunity to make a massive play of his own to rival Demario Douglas. I will say it is a little unfair simply because they are both playing in the slot right now. And I can tell you right now, neither of them are going to even get a shot to play in the slot. Yeah, Keaton Mitchell. He's a guy that I would really like to get on the field more. It's just kind of difficult. Like, I'm fine with leaving what's his name in that position is Jalen Polk just tearing it up in the slot. And you can't say it's excessively shocking. We're going to get sacked. Who is that? Dallas Turner. We're going to call a timeout. Yeah, I'm not exactly shocked that both of them are producing, as Demario Douglas produces from the wide receiver 2 spot. Just saying. Demario Douglas has definitely played better with us. He's played better with Drake May. As much as I would love to try and give Jalen Polk the shot, it's going to be pretty hard to convince me that Jalen Polk doesn't deserve it when he's done what he's done. Yeah, so based on what I've seen, I think your starting offense looking at wide receivers, going to be seeing Javon Baker return to his number 1 spot, Tyquan Thornton in the slot, and then honestly, maybe I'd put Tyquan Thornton as my number 4 wide receiver and let the other 2 try. And we'll see how that goes. And if I feel like Tyquan Thornton deserves to be on the field more often, then I'll throw him on. Then I'll give him that wide receiver 2 spot. No, maybe. I'm starting to like that idea. He's definitely starting in the slot. Like, that's not a question. But I don't think that's actually a terrible idea. Because that way, on the plays that he is in, he's more fresh. Like, yeah, he's never going to be that excessively great wide receiver. Which that is kind of where I'm a little iffy. We get one more drive of offense. We got Tyquan Thornton on the field. And don't think that's exactly fair. But we lose. We'll see what I decide to do with this wide receiver core. Looking at the stats, not an unusual day for Drake May if we're looking based off Season 1. Keaton Mitchell, the plays I did run with him, he did fine. Jalen Polk was impressive, but so was Demario Douglas. It's not a bad thing to have to make a decision like this. Time to make our cuts. We're going to go through this media interview first. Coach, we need to talk about a team's identity. What can the fans expect from your offense this season? Dominance. We're going to do a physical running game. At the end of the year, what would a successful season look like? 20 team rushing touchdowns. I think that's so easy. We should smash that goal. There's no chance that's even... Antonio Gibson had like 18 on the ground alone. We are going to go ahead and go through and make our cuts. A lot of these aren't really tough decisions. I'm okay with 2 running quarterbacks on the roster. Okay with this. We're going to cut our slowest guys. Just unfortunate. Having the raw athleticism is valuable to me. If this guy had a little bit more weight on him, he could play tight end, but I guess you're on the practice squad. Tight end, going to keep 4. I like this group. Offensive line, have a lot of depth. I love that we have depth. I can now come outside of maybe this, but it's like having Kendrick Green, having Kendrick Green, Layden Robinson, and Walker Little as my backups provides me such a large level of comfort. Going through, this guy is going to be a practice squad guy. Gonna go ahead and release Sam Roberts. Outside linebacker. Are we in a position where we can cut Anthony Jennings? Incur a penalty of that? What the fuck? Why is your cap hit so much? I mean, I guess I'll keep him. What is... I don't remember re-signing him. Contract. He's got 2 more years on his contract. Maybe I did, but Jesus, that's an insane penalty. In terms of these, this guy dropped a pick. I remember that. That's not exactly what I want to see. Safeties, we got the amount of guys I'm okay with. If anything, we might be a player short on this. I'm okay with all this. What's our roster look like? 54, and who can I cut? We'll move this guy to the practice squad. All right, I'm all good.
So unlucky gaming. Think that off-season wise, I gotta say something, man. I absolutely hate the damn training. It is so boring. I don't understand why you just can't get the gold medal one time in a training and then just be able to constantly set that as gold. Because I swear I did training for about an hour if you take into account training camp and then all the weekly trainings. I probably haven't just an hour of me doing the training, and it's just so boring. It's like ass.
But it's so immersive.
Oh, my bad.
No, I completely agree with you. I miss the old days where, like, even in the old days, I didn't mind doing the practices because you got to see different scenarios. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, I'm dodging practice dummies to get a sack. Because I have four guys that I just do whatever that one is.
The offensive line one?
No, the defensive end one.
Oh, I also have 4 people doing the defensive end one.
Like, I have my D tackle, Josh Uche, the rookie defensive end, and then I have a guy I moved from safety to linebacker.
What overall are you?
What overall am I?
Yeah.
I'm an 83. I have an 83 offense and an 85 defense.
God damn. I'm an 82. I have an 85 offense, but then I have just an 80 defense. I also now have 3 interesting things that happened. I'm assuming we both got a dev trait increase.
You'd be correct.
I'm kind of upset because it went to probably the guy who I least would want it to go to out of everyone I was doing it for. I got it for Michael Wilson, so now I have two. I now have 2 superstar X Factor wide receivers.
Well, that's got to be nice.
I guess it is nice, but I would have preferred B.J. Ojolari or Darius Robinson, my rookie D tackle. Like, any of those guys I would have preferred over Wilson, but, I mean, I guess I can't complain about getting another superstar wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, mine, I was sitting there thinking, which offensive lineman do I put into this? I was going to do Cole Strange, and my thought was, you know what? Braxton Jones is 3 overall higher and a year younger. Let's do Braxton Jones. And the immediate switch of excitement when I see Braxton Jones goes up to superstar dev, and I go, if this would have gone to fucking Cole Strange, I would have wanted to fucking throw my controller at the wall. So Braxton Jones is now a superstar, my second superstar offensive lineman. Would have really liked to see it go to one of my rookie defensive linemen, but you know what? My offense being better I'm not complaining.
No, I don't disagree with that. So I got another QB position battle.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about that is that I didn't have a backup QB at the time. So my QB position battle was between Kyler Murray and my fucking punter. I'm like, you have got to be actually kidding me right now. That, like, I had to answer it too. As like, I went based off like passing percentage, and I was like, I swear to God, if I see that my punter wins the QB battle, thankfully Kyler Murray won it, but I don't know how that slipped through Madden's cracks that my fucking quarterback, who's an 80 overall, had a position battle with a punter.
That is pretty. That is interesting. I would not have expected that.
Oh yeah, and then in my final week 3 preseason game, I had my center break his ankle and is out for 6 weeks. So my rookie center that I drafted is instantly starting because my center is gonna miss the first fucking 6 weeks. So that's really hot.
Goated. Now I know you wanted to do something about the injuries.
Oh, I can't lie. I already lowered him.
Wow. I personally was going to say I'd be down to drop them by like 1 or 2. But I don't think dropping them by a lot is needed.
I lowered it from 25 to 20, and I lowered it week 1, and my center still fucking broke his ankle. So, I mean, I think the sliders are just fine because I lost my center for 6 fucking weeks even after I lowered the injury from 25 to 20 in a fucking preseason game.
Damn. So, I think 5 is a little excessive, but oh well.
I already lost my center. I mean, you said 2, I said 5. I'll meet you in the middle. I will up it 2 more, and we can go to 22. How about that?
That's fine.
We'll lower it by 3.
I don't know. I kind of like having the injuries because like I also dealt with them.
Is your starting center missing the first 6 weeks?
Did I not have either of my defensive ends for the whole playoffs last year? Did I not have Ramondre Stevenson for 8 weeks last year? Shut the fuck up.
You didn't care about Ramondre Stevenson.
Well, yeah, once Antonio Gibson started playing good, I didn't care.
That was a good thing. He got hurt.
Yeah, but not having either of my defensive... I didn't have Matthew Judon against you in the Super Bowl. He was my best.
That didn't matter.
Well, yeah, you still lost. Get fucked.
I'm saying your injuries haven't mattered. It's fine. I can't wait to play my week 1 game.
Who do you play week 1?
I got the Colts. That should be fine. My week 2 game, though, is against the Cowboys, so...
I haven't even looked at my schedule, but looking at the week 1 game day screen, I have 3 divisional matchups to start the year.
Yeah, I have to play. I play the Titans division, and I play the NFC South. So I get to go play Titans, Colts, Jags, and Houston. Which I'm honestly not really worried about any of those, except maybe Houston. I don't know how Houston's going to be in Madden. I
just looked at my schedule for the first time. Play the Bengals week 5, who have beaten me. Play the Chargers week 18, who have beaten me. Play the Cowboys week 17, which is like, alright, we'll see how that goes. Other than that, I mean, I got 3 games I'm concerned about. Ravens get a revenge game against me.
This is very interesting. I'm looking at my schedule. I have 3 straight home games followed by 3 straight away games. Week 12, 13, and 14, I'm home. Week 15, 16, and 17, I'm on the road. Also, wait a second. I literally made it to the Super Bowl last year, and I only have 3 primetime games. I don't know how many you have, but I literally only have 3. I have 2 Sunday. I have 2 Sunday nights, and I have a Monday night.
2 of those are back to back.
Yeah, literally the first 2 weeks I got a primetime game, and then week 6, and then it's nothing else.
You might have a little bit of a tougher schedule than me. Obviously, playing the 49ers twice doesn't help with that, but I mean, 49ers twice, the Bengals, Lions, and Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm not looking too forward to that. I haven't looked at your schedule.
I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, the worst you'll be by the bye week is 6-1.
That's true. I mean, my only losses last season were I lost to the Rams, I lost to the 49ers, and I lost to you. Those are my 3 losses. You get in the regular season.
Oh, that's
Um,
hilarious.
4, 5, 6. Damn, you have 7 primetime games? What the
I
fuck?
won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, I made it to the Super Bowl and I got 3. You have Sunday night, Monday night, Sunday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Sunday night. God damn, how many fucking Sunday night games are you gonna get?
Almost a majority of mine are divisional too. I mean, I got one against the Bills, two against the Jets. No, yeah, two against the
Yeah, yeah.
Jets.
Both your primetime games are against the Jets. I like how you play the Chargers. I guess they did beat. Oh, we both have to play Dallas. That's interesting.
You know, I get to play them. So there is a very real scenario where I'm 16-0, and I could, or 15-0, and I could finish 15-2.
That is very true. I guess we'll have to see when we play our league.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but like, I feel like I'm gonna fuck some shit up. Like this team looks so much better than it did last year.
So that means you're having a week 1 loss.
If I lose week 1, I'd be shocked. But oh,
I feel like the more confident you feel, the worse you do.
I feel like the more confident I feel, the more likely I'll lose in the Super Bowl. Because every time I've been confident going into one of our games, I lose.
You gotta make the Super Bowl first.
Mm.
Who knows? Drake May could tear his Achilles, out season-ending injury.
Oh no! Then I have to lean on my goated defense with my returning offensive player of the year.
Your go to defense. I'm pretty sure defense got like 50 dropped on them twice last year.
Yeah, we couldn't stop the pass for shit, but we'll be better this year.
Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Well,
Unlucky.
I agree. All right. Good luck,
You too.
Mr. CM Freeze.
Thank you.
I am really excited for this season. I am so ready to just obliterate the competition in front of me. That's all I got for you today. I'll see you at the beginning of, I guess, the literal beginning of season 2. Take it easy. Peace.